through the kids' check-in line or something. I don't know. But Shaun Cody's a Whittier boy, so he knows all about the Heine Fridays. Shaun Cody joins us now on the Sedano Kap Morning Show. Good morning, Shaun.
Good morning, fellas, and happy Heine Friday.
Yeah, way to celebrate, bro. Nice.
Now, listen, I can't wait to get myself a little Pie Trap pizza. For those of you that haven't gotten a little Pie Trap pizza, make sure you get out there to Pie Trap Pizza, Shaun's place. It is fantastic. It is the best pizza in town. We went over there and gorged, Cappy. Remember that one time we were there?
Got
and
that
we
good
ate
meatball
all sorts
pie.
of delicious pie. Yeah, including the pie with the honey on it. It was incredible.
Yeah.
So for those of you around looking for some good pizza, Pie Trap Pizza is your spot. Now, your Pie Trap Pizza is fantastic, Shaun, but I don't know if it even compares to how good the Trojans have looked lately. But this is the one. This is going to decide it all, because if they win out, they have an 81% chance based on the analytics to get in the playoff, which is pretty darn good, despite the 2 losses. But if they lose this Oregon game, they're basically out.
Yeah, guys, it's all been pointing toward the final boss of the Oregon Ducks. It's kind of been a build-up too, right? You start with you get Northwestern, you get Iowa, and then it's kind of Nebraska on the road. So all these games have kind of built to this moment. When you started the season, you saw this game, and you thought, hey, that's going to be a tough one there. And Autzen, the way Ducks play late in the year, and so the Trojans have had this one circled. Now they got a chance to hopefully to pull one out here. It looks like they're an underdog in this one, but
big underdog.
I think that Lincoln Riley and this team probably have some things up their sleeve that they're hopefully ready to roll out there as they get up in Autzen.
Oh, yeah, I hope it's not one of those bad trick plays that they tried to run a few weeks ago that everybody was like, what the hell was that?
Against Notre Dame.
Let's save that one. Let's hold those ones off.
Yeah. Now, on the other hand, if they got a hook and ladder play like the Buffalo Bills did last night on 4th and 27, break that thing out, Shaun. You know what I'm saying? That was an amazing play.
I'm sure Lincoln's got one. Lincoln's got one dialed up. Just when's the right time to call it, I guess, is always the answer.
Yeah. Hey, Shaun, could you do this for us? Scout out. I think about this game, and I think about the running game of USC versus the running game of Oregon. And Oregon goes real deep in their running backs. They got a kid by the name of Jordan Davison, who a lot of local people will know. He's a modern-day kid. He's a freshman. He's averaging 7 yards per carry, and that's impressive. But really, their leading running back, this kid Whittington, is averaging 8.2 yards per carry, and they got another guy that averages nearly 9 yards per carry. So could you just give us a scouting report how you see the running game of each of these two teams?
Well, really, it's a three-headed monster for Oregon. You think of Whittington, Davidson, and then Hill. Those guys, I mean, the tremendous freshmen, local kids that went up to Oregon and are playing their butts off. But it has to do with their offensive line and how Dan Lanning wants to run the ball. You saw against Iowa a couple weeks ago, kind of transformed his team into basically out Iowa football. So they can pound the ball, they can run the ball. They're gonna make the Trojans, I think, on Saturday really buckle up for a physical game, because the Trojans haven't really fared too well in the run, so they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. They're not going to completely shut them down in the run game, but they definitely have to slow them. I like if they could keep them under 150 on that side of the ball, that would probably be a win for the Trojans. And then on the other side with the Trojan run game, it's been King Miller, right, guys? It's a young walk-on running back who's been kind of thrust into the spotlight with both Wayman Jordan and Sanders going down. So those guys leaving kind of early in the year have given the spotlight to King Miller, and he's done a heck of a job running the ball with that scheme, with that offensive line that's kind of been patched together. And I don't think the running game, it doesn't have to go crazy, but it does have to be effective for Lincoln Riley to run the whole complete offense that he wants to run. When that run game is effective, that unleashes so many things in that offense, and unlocks the tight ends, it unlocks Mackay, it unlocks Jacoby on the outside. So those are all important things when USC can get that effective run game going.
Now, let me ask you this, Shaun, and I know that he never played against USC, Dante Moore, the quarterback for Oregon, but I'm sure you've seen plenty of him over his time. What is so different about him now at Oregon?
And just taking care of the ball, guys. You think about younger Dante Moore, and you think, early turnover, and that could be the case for a lot of young quarterbacks, but he's really doing a good job taking care of the ball. They've had some injuries at the wide receiver position in Oregon where they've been strapped and haven't had their full lineup of guys. So the last couple of weeks, they've really turned to their tight ends. It's been a big part. Sadiq has been a big part of what they got going on at tight end, and really a 3 tight ends that they can throw to. So Dante Moore, this looks like he's just maturing as a quarterback. I think they don't ask him to do a crazy amount still, because that running game is, like I said, is so effective. But when he's called upon, you saw in the Iowa game when he had to make that throw when it counted, he put it right on the dot to that guy on the sideline. So he's definitely matured as a quarterback, taking care of the ball, and really when they're calling on him, he's been making the plays.
Yeah, and a lot of people think he might be the number 1 overall pick in the draft, which makes this game for Jaden Maiava, it makes it this is a high-profile game for him because you're going up against what some people think might be the number 1 overall pick. Shaun, I'm wondering what you think about the SC offensive line. You just said it's a little bit patchwork, and we know that their run game has had its fair share of struggles through injuries. But if the offensive line can protect the USC passing game, this could be the component of the game that could win it for USC. How can the USC offensive line hold up against the pass rush of Oregon?
Yeah, I think it comes down to, the guy you really have to spotlight for USC's offensive line is Tobias Raymond. He's done a heck of a job this year. With Elijah Page, their stalwart left tackle, kind of being in and out of the lineup with injuries this year. Tobias Raymond has been asked to play right tackle. He's been asked to play left guard. He's been asked to play left tackle. He's moved all over the place and did a kind of just that Phil guy has done a great job for them. So he's definitely a guy you got to highlight there, and he'll be asked to have a big game on Saturday. If Elijah Page is going or not, it's kind of up in the air, so we'll see if he's there. But Oregon's pass rush, they've had a good pass rush. I wouldn't say it's like top tier. There's not a ton of sacks on the year, but they will get back there and create some pressure. I think the secondary for Oregon is the key in this game. They got a tall task in guarding Makai Lemon and Jacoby Lane, so that matchup I think will be huge out there. But if the Trojans can protect the Jaden Maiava and they can kind of see what Oregon's doing on that back, and he can get a feel how they're trying to attack him. You saw that USC passing game kind of struggle, I think, in Nebraska, and they figured some things out in this week. But I think Makai Lemon is such a weapon out there. How are they going to guard him? Do they double team him? And then you base your offense off that. If they're double teaming Lemon, we gotta try to find other guys. Look at Jacoby Lane. Look at those tight ends. So that's how I think the pass game is going to kind of unfold.
There you have it.
Shaun, thank you so much, brother. We appreciate it. Go get some pizza from Pie Trap Pizza if you're out there. It's the best pizza in town. And, of course, catch Shaun. And, of course, catch Shaun on the broadcast with Pete Arbogast each and every Saturday here for Trojans football.
And the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by Yeti will start tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. ahead of kickoff at 12:30. Okay, thank you to Shaun, Cody.
Thanks, Shaun.
We are ready
Appreciate
for
you,
USC
Cody. Oregon
tomorrow on the home of your USC Trojans, ESPN LA. Sedano's got to leave us, but first, time for our favorite moment of the week, or one of them, when we do the liners. So